What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and this is why HEL got nerfed in War Robots, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching YANNI here play his Bagliore with 4 times HEL and completely obliterating the battleship with these weapons. And I'm not saying I agree with the nerf of HEL. To me, those weapons were never more damaging or more dangerous than the new weapons are, but we know how the game works in War Robots. If something old is able to perform even just remotely as good as something that's new, it needs to be nerfed, because why else would you buy and literally pay for the new stuff, right? That's how the game is financing itself. So no wonder this weapon gets nerfed when it actually performs really well for an older weapon. And this is exactly what YANNI is showing us here in the Bagliore. You will even see Skyros balls getting destroyed by him, which is really interesting. And also you see how much damage he's absorbing with the Bagliore. Bagliore is a really good robot, man. Lots of firepower, nice mobility, and tanky as well, right? With its teleport, it's so good. So we see, I think, a Dagon over there in the distance, very small. Dagon bringing up all its shields. Hold on. Okay, let's give the Dagon some time to breathe and focus on this guy and almost kill him in like 1 or 2 seconds, man. You know, the fact that these weapons also cause the freezing effect makes it even crazier, because after a short time of firing, you do another 20% extra damage. Or is it 25? I think it's 20%. Look at that. That's a full raptor down there. However, I also see that the freeze effect actually kicks in relatively late. So by the time the freeze effect kicks in for the extra damage, most enemies have already been like reduced by half of their HP. And this is the Skyros ball. Look at this. A quick 100k done to the Skyros really quickly. Dropped them. Very nice gameplay here from YANNI. I'm really enjoying this. And also, by the way, this is one of the hashtag WarRobots community videos, right? This means a viewer and player of War Robots has sent in this gameplay for me to react to and to show one of his favorite setups to be featured here. And that's what we're doing. In case you're also interested in doing something similar, there is a video down in the description, pinned comment, the episode number 1, where I explained what you need to do in order to submit your own gameplay and where. Okay, so check out that video down below. It explains everything. A couple of minutes, and then you know what requirements there are for doing this. Alrighty, and wow, that is a lot of physical shielding that had to be destroyed. What is that? It's a shell? Yeah, it's a shell robot. 800,000 physical shield? Really? The shell has 800-something thousand physical shields? Or did I just see something wrong? Because I'm watching this on a really small screen right now. Things are rather small. There's a chance that I don't quite recognize the silhouette of something. What's up with this Titan? He's just standing there doing nothing over there. Now he's dashing. After he took 317,000 hail damage. Damage straight from hail. There's a bunch of jokes like this that you can make with this weapon. I think he's using the Terremoke hail. That's not going to land on top, right? No. Terremoke is like the special edition version that he's using here. Yeah, but he was able to still get forward with that. Very nice. And by the way, if you enjoy the gameplay and the fact that we're featuring community videos and showing a variety of different setups here on the channel, stay tuned, subscribe, and be there for the next video as well. Uh-ohs. This is typically when things start to go wrong. When you are sitting in front of a Titan. He's doing a lot of damage though, because he's got the Frederick also running, but the Titan has a last stand that protects him. That last stand actually saved him. Unreal. A Titan with last stand. 7.5 million damage done and 17 kills. Okay? So that is a load of damage done and kills made in this, Yamantau map, which obviously is a good map for this. You remember he threw the teleport beacon to the other side of the map, so if he ever needs to, he could just pop the button and get away from there. And he did it. In the last second, he decided to do that and jump over onto the other side, and now he can shoot from a different angle onto the same enemy that he just annoyed a second ago. the Ohokochi right here. Somebody is shooting at him from behind. Okay. I guess a scorpion or something. Oh man, all those doom gaze, these battleships, the beholder beams. You know, the fun thing is, right now I'm actually playing a lot of Helldivers with my friends, and there is also like an orbital strike that you can launch that comes from your destroyer up in the orbit, and you know, it's crazy because it looks very similar, but there's two different versions. There's one that like hits at once with one massive hit, like a railgun shot, and then there's this continuous orbital beam that decimates your target or whatever. Helldivers is a really fun game. I don't know, maybe I could do some gameplay on it on the Good Mood Gaming channel and revive the channel, because I do know that some of you guys are asking for it. However, I'm not sure how much use there would be in looking at this old channel and trying to bring it back. But then again, GTA 6 is coming at some point, and I'll be playing the living crap out of it, and if that happens, maybe I'm gonna be doing that on the Good Mood Gaming channel, because Manni Plays will probably remain Star Citizen from now on. My other main game that I really enjoy doing. Look at that Emogi, doing like 0 damage. Meanwhile, Yanni is just deleting the map left and right. Boom, boom, boom. Everything dies. And you know, I would say good for these weapons that they wow, oh man, that would be awesome to stand up there. It would be good for these weapons to perform like this. Older weapons to actually be useful, because let's face it, this is good. This is really good, but it's not necessarily better than some of the other newer weapons do, right? And it's just the fact that he has 4 heavies with all damage boosts loaded to the maximum limit that there is this kind of damage output coming out of these weapons. And many of the newer weapons will do that too. Some of them will do that even more, you know? So this is not like a unique thing that you'll only see from the HEL weapons, so they had to be nerfed. And then there's the whole category of ultimate weapons that can literally just one-shot you, even from larger range. Bam bam and you're dead. So comparing this to them, no, there's not even like the smallest trace of a requirement to nerf the weapon. But of course, since the way the monetization in Robots is made, and Pixonic relying on the sales of new equipment, that's how things are. Nerf and then release. The nerf release cycle keeps going. As soon as an older weapon performs well, remember the video recently I've made with another Bagliore, where we showcased also a community video, the Avalanche, that did really well. And then people were like, no, Manni, now we've showed it, now they're gonna nerf it. I don't think they're nerfing it because I show it. They're nerfing things because they see numbers on their end representing a higher usage of said weapons. So as soon as a certain type of weapon is being used to a certain point, percentage-wise, comparatively to other setups, that's when they say, okay, it's too popular, we have to nerf it, because it prevents sales on this and that, you know? That's how they see it. It's a business, right? For us, we always see like the fun gameplay side of things. We wish for a healthy game and like ideally a game balancing where every item is just equally useful compared to any of the others. They may have different use cases, and across the board, they're still the same relevance, okay? But that's a dream. We're never going to get this in the mobile gaming industry as long as the financing model requires selling new stuff, you know? I mean, it would be possible if there is like a game made like, for example, like Overwatch, right? Where skins and stuff like this are like the main. Correct me if I'm wrong, I actually haven't played much Overwatch, but I think in Overwatch they're like monetizing primarily skins, same as like in Counter-Strike and things like this. Alright, we might not have that exact game right now on the mobile, but technically we could have, right? And if the finance or the monetization comes mainly from skins, then you could have a really fair, healthy balancing environment. I feel like Brawl Stars is one of those games that does that pretty well. Sure, they have their new champions or you know, new brawlers coming out, and they typically are a little better at the first, and also get a little bit of a nerf, but it's not as drastic. It's like minor adjustments, more or less, right? And there are plenty of all-time, long-time brawlers that just dominate anything if you play them well. So Brawl Stars being one of those games that does that really well. And that's one of the things that I wish Pixonic would like aim at. But, you know, can you change the model over to something different at this late stage? Change it from selling new content over to selling skins primarily? Not sure if that would work. Anyways, next map. Also, Yanni, thank you for cutting this gameplay together, making it a focused build around video around one build, just how I wished this to be. It is so good to see you play this thing so well, and show us why HEL was nerfed. Again, I do not agree with it. You know that now. But I guess we can see why Pixonic would see this weapon as a threat to newer weapons that might not make as many sales as long as people are enjoying this as much, you know? Anyways, we're now on Abyss. Yes, that's Abyss. I was with Valley first. I was like, nope, that's not it. Abyss, and a Condor coming in. But the HP pool of that Bagliore is just so nuts. And how quickly he just deleted that Condor, you know? Just look to the right for a sec, just pop a few shots, and that's it. Look at that guy, pop. This guy, ooh. Oh, I think it may have been like a Skyros ball or something, because he was taking barely any damage. What is that? A Leo? Oh, it's so difficult to see on this tiny screen. Look, I'm not stupid. I know what each robot looks like. Even though, yes, I sometimes confuse names. And not even that sometimes. It actually happens more often than I care to admit. But I do know the silhouettes of robots. But it's just too small right now. I guess I should zoom in a little. Alrighty. So, he's just recapping his base beacon for I don't know how many times now. Every time somebody comes around, takes it from him. Okay, and pop! Ooh! I expected him to be dead. Nice teleport behind him. Bro does not know what's going on, dude. He did not see that coming. Nice. Living legend. This is so good. Anyways, ladies and gents, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Yanni, for sending it in. Once again, I have cleared all submissions. So every single one of you sent in videos, you can delete them from your drive. Online store drives now. I already downloaded them together with the dock, okay? So there's no need for you to keep them around on your local clouds or whatever. Doesn't mean I will use all of them. There's never a promise for that, but I do have a lot of videos already ready to roll. All right, so thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video, and 15 million damage. Jeez.